All right, distance learners, we are looking at your worksheet. Mr. Monahan gave it yesterday because he was going to be gone today, so you have it. We are going to together talk through slowly number 4. Number 10, I'm trying to pick different ones and ones that kids in here aren't done with and or did incorrectly. And then we'll also do number 20. Distance learners, remember, you have to send me a picture with those 3 done as I do them. All right, so here we go. You guys ready? Yes. When it's addition or subtraction, we need a common denominator. And we need the lowest common denominator. I think this is the safest way to find it. Are you ready? I always say grab the bigger number, write it down over here. And so distance learners, I should see a little 9 sitting over there. And you ask yourself, does the other number or numbers go into 9? So does 6 go into 9? What do you think? It does not, right? So then you just add and go to the next multiple of 9. This way you'll get the smallest one. So does 6 go into 18? Yes. Okay, so 18 has to be in my LCD. Then you go to the variables and you use the highest power. The what? Highest power. So in this case, they're tied. It's x to the first and x to the first. So here's my LCD. I'm going to look at number 2 and show you that with the numbers. Here is the biggest number. I'm going to write it down. If that's my LCD, that's what I'll use. So I say, does 6 go into 12? Yes. Does 4 go into 12? Yes. So 12 is my LCD. So grab the biggest number, and if it works, awesome. If it doesn't, you bump it up. All right, so we're going to use an 18x on the bottom here and an 18x on the bottom here. Distance learners, I should see that written down, and you should be right because you're doing it with me. So then you have to give it what it does not have. This one has a 6, and it has an x. So to get the 18, it's going to need a 3. So you're going to multiply the entire top. I would lock and load it in parentheses like this, guys, by 3. The other one has the 9 and the x. So it needs a 2 to get the 18. So you're going to multiply the entire top by 2. You're actually multiplying top and bottom, but so we would have to distribute that in and do a 9x minus 6. We have to multiply both of them. This is a plus. And then 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 1 is 2. So once you find your LCD and you do what I used to call pump up the tops, you keep the bottom. So we should have an 18x here, right? And then you just add or subtract the tops, and this one's addition. So we're going to do our like terms. I've got 9x's plus 10x's, so I'm going to have 19x's. And I'm at down 6, and I'm going up 2 more. So I'll be at down 4. It's now done. So that's going to be our process for these. Grab the biggest number and ask yourself, do the other ones go into it? If yes, use it. If not, we're going to bump it up. So let's go to number 10. Alrighty. We go to the denominator. First, we notice that it's addition, because we don't need an LCD if we're not adding or subtracting. So I go to the bottom, and what number, guys, do you think I look at? 6. And I'm going to write it down. Does 2 go into 6? Yeah. Yes? Does 3 go into 6? Yeah. Yes. 6 is my LCD number. Then you grab the highest power of the variables, which in this case is x. But on the next page, if there's an x cubed, and that's the biggest, we choose it. All right. Now we have 3 of these that are going to go to 6x. So let's go write that down. 6x. Go write it down. 6x. Go write it down. Now you need to give each one what it does not have. Or you could picture dividing this by 3x, but it doesn't really matter. This first one right here has a 3 and an x. It's going to need a 2. Does that make sense? So all we're going to do is multiply the top by 2, but remember, lock and load it in a set of parentheses. What does this next one need right here? It has a 2, it needs a 3. So lock and load it and put the 3 out there. This one doesn't need anything. It has an entire 6x, so that one I don't mess with. The system's actually pretty easy if you follow it, right, Gorgeous? All right, now what do? I have to make sure I multiply both of these in, kiddos. So I have a 10x plus a 2 times 1. When I go to the next one, 3 times 3 is 9x, plus 3 times 4 is 12. What do I do now when I get this part where I've got my LCD and it's all ready to go? What do? Keep it, and then do what with the tops, guys? Add them up or subtract them. This one's addition. So I'm going to go grab all my like terms on the top. So I'm going to go grab all my x's, 10 of them, and I'm going up 9 of them. Oops, sorry, I went to an eraser. I'm at 19 of them, and I'm going up 1 more. I'm at 20 of the x's. Then I'll grab my other ones. I've got 2. I'm going again plus 12, which is 14, plus 2, which is 16, right? Something seems a little weird about that. Yeah, it is. All right. 16, did I say when I was all done? All right, let's go to the next one, and it's the last one I'll record, and then these guys in class keep on working. Distance learners, you should as well. We should be finding our answers down below, but for now, again, I'm going to go down here. What number? Now you guys can talk me through it. What number do I focus on? The 9. Okay, and I'm going to write it down. I'm going to put it over here, and I have to ask myself, does 9 contain a 3, or does 3 go into 9? Yes. Does 6 go evenly into 9? What do you think, guys? No, you're shaking your head, right, Sky? So what I do is I say, well, I'm going to go to the next multiple of 9, or the next thing 9 goes into, or add it to itself. If that doesn't work, I got to add another 9. So I got to ask myself, does 3 go into 18? Yes. Does 6 go into 18? Yes. All right. Now with the x's, how many did I say you need? X's. Yeah, exactly, guys. The highest power. Now I need to give each one what it does not have. So I have a 6 right here, but I need a 3, right? I have 1x, which is fine, but how many do I need? 2. I need 2 more, yeah. So I already have the 1x, so I'm going to need to put in 2 more x's. So basically 3x squared is what I need to multiply by. Another way to think of that is take your LCD and divide it by, this is division, divide it by that one. So anyway, this guy needs a 3x squared. I'm going to just write it out front here. See if you guys can figure out what this one needs to get the full 18x cubed. Lily, what number will I need to multiply to get to 18? 6. And do I need any more x's? I've got 2, but I need 3, so I'm going to need 1 more. The last one has plenty of x's, but it needs to be multiplied by 2. Remember, when you do that, lock and load in parentheses. All right, now we just go 3x squared times x to the first. Remember, that's a 3x to the third. That's going to make a minus 12x squared. And then in here, it's just 6x times 1, so plus 6x. And then at the end, 14 minus 6x. So you just keep the bottom, our LCD, and now we need to combine like terms, and we are done. So do I still have my highlighter? There are no more x cubes, so you write it down. Do you see any more x squareds? Nope. So you write it down. What's going to happen with the x terms? They cancel. Yes. So you're going to have 3x cubed minus 12x squared plus, what is it, that 14? Where is that one on the answer blanks? I don't know. Just make 100% sure we did it right. Yeah, it's this guy right here. So you might want to cross that one off. So I'm going to stop recording. I always like to keep these under 10 minutes. Remember, distance learners, this isn't extra homework for you. Some of you aren't getting your points, and it's the easiest credit you can get if you follow the system, because all you have to do is do your homework with me. I never give you more work, and I never test you. So make sure you're sending me those pics. Some of you are, some of you are not. All right, I'm gonna cut this out, guys, and then you can just work. If you have questions, let me know. I'm trying to find my, oh, for crying out loud. I'm looking at my computer. I'll be right there, Summer. I'm gonna start this uploading, okay? And then I'll come and help you.
Well, it's the answer from number 10. It's
Yep.
not in